fantasy, discovery, adventure, and the mouse. Walt Disney World, a world like no other. It's where people check reality at the gate and step into a land of imagination and escape. To an all-embracing resort of theme parks and water parks, hotels and nightlife. In the next hour, we peel back the curtain to see how it all works. Forget everything you thought you knew. This is Walt Disney World Resort, behind the scenes. Walt Disney World. These three words evoke images that most everyone has seen or experienced. A world of fantasy and make-believe. A complete escape from reality. And the most popular vacation destination on Earth.
Nothing's ever going to be like Disney.
Kids dream about it. The competition studies it. No one has been able to duplicate it. So what makes Walt Disney World #1?
Disney is held to a higher standard because Disney holds itself to a much higher standard.
How do they keep people coming back?
The expectations of people who come to Disney, I think, are probably higher than when they do anything else in their life.
What is the story behind the story of Walt Disney World?
Walt Disney World is definitely the #1 destination for tourism in the entire world.
4 theme parks, 2 water parks, and 18 resort hotels. 40 square miles of Central Florida, twice the size of Manhattan. It's every kid's fantasy, and adults spend millions to make it come true.
I think going to Walt Disney World has become a rite of passage for American children. And I think that once they get grown up and have their own children, that they're going to bring them back.
We came here just to enjoy this place as a family. There's a lot of time in our busy lives that we don't get to spend as a family.
I love Disney World. It's my favorite place.
We'll come back for years to come.
Our dreams come true!
But is Walt Disney World just for kids?
It's the greatest place on earth. Every time you come into the hotels and they say, welcome home, it really feels like you're coming home.
I'm from Indiana, and we come down to Walt Disney World every single year.
The Magic Kingdom was awesome. It was brilliant. It was something that we'd always dreamt of as a little child, and it made me believe that my dreams could all come true. It was brilliant.
I have a photograph of myself standing in October 1967, standing where we had cleared 100 acres for the Magic Kingdom, and we put a big yellow X where the castle was going to go. And that was all we'd done on the land.
Turning Florida's swampland into a Magic Kingdom was nothing short of a miracle. Thousands of construction workers labored day and night. It was one of the world's largest private construction projects.
He really did create a place where there was enough land and enough room for growth that anything we could imagine can come up.
And with so much land, they were able to get creative. You won't notice it when you enter the park, but when you're in the Magic Kingdom, you're actually a full 14 feet above the ground. So, what's going on below the surface?
On the lower level, all the servicing is done and all the employees come to work and distribute out into the park, while the guests are on the upper level where, all the guest activities and the magic unfolds.
The Magic Kingdom is the heart and soul of Walt Disney World. Modeled after 1955's original Disneyland in California, this was the very first outpost for Disney. Through the years, the Magic Kingdom has evolved and grown, adding a medley of rides and attractions, and is now reportedly the top dog in U.S. theme park attendance.
It's a magical place. I cry when I walk in. I cry when I leave, and every little bit of the child that still lives in me just breaks free.
Its design is unique. 7 themed lands radiate from a central hub. Adventureland, Frontierland, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, Main Street, Toontown, and Liberty Square. They seem random, but they're not. They were themed to promote Disney's films and TV shows.
On television, Uncle Walt showed every kid growing up in America the adventures of Davy Crockett in Frontierland and the adventures of the African lion for Adventureland.
Most theme parks today follow Disney's hub and spokes design. Near the center stands one of the world's most recognizable icons, Cinderella Castle. At 189 feet, it can be seen for miles. How many stones did it take to build this princess palace? None. It may look like stone, but it's actually a mass of steel and fiberglass. And what about the inside of the castle?
One thing that is interesting is there actually was going to be an apartment for Walt Disney and his family inside the castle. The room was built, but of course Walt Disney passed away before the Magic Kingdom opened, so it was used for many years by the telephone operators here at Walt Disney World.
In 2007, Disney's Imagineers climbed back upstairs and transformed the space into living quarters. They call it the Cinderella Castle Suite.
I would say the castle's an incredible mix of the essence of the 17th century, where we tried to hide all the 21st century, because we really want you to get the feeling that you're in a 17th century chateau in France.
The 650 square foot suite is equipped with a bedchamber, a bathroom, parlor, and one glass slipper. Every day, thousands storm the Magic Kingdom. The first thing they see? Main Street, USA, a theme park version of Walt's childhood town. The shops here would be right at home in Hollywood. Why? They're built like film sets.
The buildings on Main Street are full scale at the bottom, and then they get a little bit smaller as they go up higher.
The Magic Kingdom is Walt Disney's legacy. It's a small world. Peter Pan's flight and the Jungle Cruise are all his creations. The last attraction Walt personally supervised? Pirates of the Caribbean. A park staple since its Disneyland debut in 1967. This classic attraction has inspired generations of visitors. Later, the park attraction became the inspiration for the feature films with Captain Jack Sparrow and his scurvy crew. Then the pirate films turned right around and re-inspired the park attraction.
We have come full circle. Pirates of the Caribbean, the attraction, inspired the movies, which inspired the attraction.
Part of which involves sneaking in some of Hollywood's most infamous buccaneers.
To create the new figures, we extensively researched the scene, met with the actors, and had our sculptors, designers, and artists really study it. If you're a big Johnny Depp fan, which most people are, it won't be too hard to pick him out.
Pirates of the Caribbean has inspired generations of kids to be pirates. Up next, what makes spooks materialize? The kingdom gets a techno boost. And monsters take over Tomorrowland. And later, we're talking Turtle Dude, the Disney Pixar hookup, when we come back.
Oh, check out that most excellent double spinner, dudes. That was awesome.